This is like a thing I know in my heart, like I would like to do in the future. My name is Reece Lapas. I graduated from McKinley High School, and I got into HIKI NŌ through my Tiger Media class from my teacher, Ms. Kaizawa. Tiger Media is like the arts and like media class for my school, for McKinley High School. I read this book from this dude named Ian Hirsch, and it was called Politics is for Power. And like in a one-sentence summary, it's basically like you can exercise power and change in your local community. I already had those ideas bubbling in my head, and it was like, oh, like I could actually like put this into like something I like, which is like doing videos and like doing storytelling. And then that's when my teacher introduced me to like the HIKI NŌ stuff, and it was like oh, like this like totally works for what I'm trying to do. The video was basically like as simple as possible, like how do you like bring change in your community? It was just like like I could contribute to this. When you're just one person, thinking that you have the political power to change anything at all feels like a tall order. Often what causes this feeling of helplessness is distraction and confusion about how the process works. Here are 5 steps that you can use to help to push change in your community. So The Opinion is basically the student-run newspaper for McKinley High School. What they did basically was introduce a bill that protected the free speech of student journalists. I just thought it was really interesting to see students from my school actually pursue something like that and to actually bring change in their community. It was just like, oh, this is awesome. They're actually doing stuff instead of just being worried about that pressure. They actually did something about it. So I thought that was cool. Step 4. You will inevitably encounter stalls and roadblocks, but don't give up. Study your issue with your representative and to prepare your own testimony as you continue to rally your friends, family, and neighbors in your community. Step 5, vote. Remember, a big part of making sure that the issues you care about are talked about by lawmakers is making sure that you are represented by people who align with your ideals. Ultimately, this is the most important step that can have the widest impact. So after I did the video, the people over at PBS Hawaiʻi, they saw my video, and I guess they thought it was pretty cool. They were like, we want you to host an episode. It was intimidating at first because like I didn't really know what to expect. I don't know how hosting works. I didn't really know what a teleprompter was for a little bit. When I actually did it and with all the people here, it was like, oh, this is like so chill. Like everyone was super nice. The episode was on like mental health and stuff. That since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, there had been a growing trend, some would even say a surge, of stories on HIKI NŌ dealing with youth mental health. It was just a nice experience to be able to see those videos and then like actually like host it. After I hosted the HIKI NŌ episode, I got another email. Would you be interested in co-moderating this kako thing? So at first I was kind of hesitant on it, but after I read through it and I saw what the topic was, I was like, whoa, this is also a thing I'm really interested in, because in my modern history of Hawaii class, there was this like thing where it's like speak on like a modern issue about Hawaii or whatever as like a project. And then what I talked about was the brain drain in Hawaii.
How do we convince our best and brightest to make their lives here?
Being able to do stuff like HIKI NŌ or kako, being able to actually talk to people in real life and like be able to do video making like that stuff just like really clicked with me. This intersects with all the things I'm interested in. I could actually make something, look at it and be like, wow, this is cool, and then like show it to other people. When I did my episode on HIKI NŌ, which is a show that exists here, I learned a pretty important aspect about, I guess not growing up, but like adulthood. It's that your community matters a lot. And it feels like as you get older, you kind of feel this obligation to your community. And I think would be my anchor for coming back. It's that this Hawaii has given me a lot. And I hope that I can provide some value to it when I'm older or when I can. I always wanted to go into like politics or whatever. So like I basically like did like a a little bit of research, like, oh, like this school would be cool, puts Princeton at #1. And I learned like on December 1st, like that's when the decisions came out. And I was like, oh, I got accepted. And like that was basically it. I was like, oh, what the heck? Like I was planning to go to UH. Like I kind of thought to myself, like if I didn't get into like Princeton or whatever, I probably would have just like gone like full on into like media stuff at UH and like try to connect with like PBS Hawaii. And just having that connection to like PBS Hawaii too, it's like, oh, this helps. This helps. Like this is like a thing I know in my heart like I would like to do in the future.